host, Tyrus, and today we're going to take a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Atomic Skull versus Superman. Now, this Superman here is a much welcome re-release because I always have said that this Superman here stands as my flagship Man of Steel. We're going to take a look at him shortly, but I tell you, I'm glad he re-released him. This Superman here is one of McFarlane Toys' very first action figures from the DC Multiverse line. It's also one of his very first Superman figures. He did this Superman here. I'll break him onto the screen here. So this is the very first Superman from the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line, and he also did the Bruce Timm Justice League animated series Superman. So we have these two Supermans here. I'm gonna put it, he needs to stand. But yeah, so we have this Superman here. That was the first Superman, and I got, again, folks, this guy here has been my flagship Superman. We've gotten a lot of Man of Steels of late, and really have looked forward to this 2-pack ever since it was announced. It caught me off guard. I was like, Atomic Skull versus Superman? Very interesting. So we have Atomic Skull, we have Superman here, and they both come with some accessories. They come with some things. Before we get into all that, just wanna lend my little 2 cents about the packaging here. So seems like McFarlane is headed towards more of non-window packaging. I noticed that with his last few releases. So if he's gonna do that, he needs to grace us with more artwork. I mean, this is beautiful here. Doesn't look like none of the characters that we actually got for these figures. But on the this is the back. Here on the front, of course, we just got this right here. This is too bland here. So Todd, you're gonna have to step it up with this packaging. So we get a beautiful rendition of Superman versus Atomic Skull from a Jim Lee or someone that they could utilize. Man, that'd be awesome. Or just at least put this on the front so that this doesn't look so bland. But that's just my little rant. It's not a big deal. All right, so let's take a look at what our Man of Steel and Atomic Skull is packaged with. All right, first up we have the Superman Action Comics 1000 issues collector's card. So we're no stranger to that. This is what that other Superman with the darker pink deco, he was packaged with the same collector's card. So we have here, and in the back we got the data file. So we got that. And our Atomic Skull is also packaged with a collector's card as well. So we have the front here, same image that we had on the packaging, and on the back we have his data file. And then our Atomic Skull is also packaged with 2 swappable hands. So he has a fisted hand, so he can give Superman the smackdown, and he has more of an open hand here as well. So we got that for Atomic Skull. And for our Superman figure, he is packaged with 2 swappable hands as well. These are open flight hands, so when he takes to the skies, he can be utilizing these hands as well. So we have these for Superman. And here we have the old reliable DC Multiverse display stand. No flight stand for this Superman, which I do not understand that. Todd, you're going to have to maybe understand that. I don't understand what warrants a flight stand for individuals who have flight capabilities. I don't understand that. And last but not least, we have this beautiful translucent diorama piece that you can place your figures on or around. There are some pegs that you can utilize for placing the figures foot into. You can do that, or you can just place them around it. This is the same diorama piece that was utilized for the White Knight versus the Armored Azrael figure. So it was basically the orange flames, as opposed to what we have here, which is the translucent lavender color, which I really like this here. So this is pretty cool. All right, now first we're gonna take a look at the Action Comics 1000 Superman re-release. Now, when the line first started, I was jumping up and down like a little kid from the 80s. I mean, I just could not believe we were getting a comic book look. Or no, this really, folks, is, I call him the Superpower Superman. He's really Superpower Superman now. So if you have never watched the Superpowers cartoon, maybe if you're watching this channel, you know what I'm talking about. But I always felt that this figure here looked like the Superman from the Superpowers cartoon. And so I was so happy to have him And then when I found out he was re-releasing him with a lighter paint deco, this is most definitely a classic looking superpower-esque Superman. Like he looks like he just pulled him right out of the Superpowers cartoon from Saturday mornings. You know, the look that he has on his face. I love the space scope here. The paint deco is beautiful. I love the bright blue that's utilized. The S emblem here is fantastic, man. Everything is just classic Superman. Now, this is based off McFarlane Toys, early designs for their figures. So, he does have those ball joints here in the foot area, here also in the wrist area, even though his little costume and sleeves is covering those ball joints. But even with all that, folks, this guy still is my flagship Superman, and even more so now with the lighter paint deco. I love this Superman here, but this one here takes it to another level, folks, because he truly looks like the superpower Superman from that animated series, or just the classic Superman comic-based character that you can utilize with your Justice League or whatnot. McFarlane is still utilizing that affected body mode with his Superman figures, and though it does work, he's able to pull it off. This is Superman here. Even though this was an early rendition or release of a Superman from 2 years ago, this Superman here still stands out, folks. I mean, the only thing that he's missing is the yellow emblem here on the back of the cape. That's it. I mean, if he had that, it's definitely 100%, on point. And I still just love this Superman. So, folks, this is my flagship Superman. I mean, articulation, he does have double jointed knees, elbows. I won't go through all the articulation, folks. I mean, you will be able to articulate this guy to be able to do what you need him to do and pose him. He's very photogenic. He really is. I love this face scope here, folks. This is true Superman here. Check out the Superpowers Galactic Guardians cartoon and tell me that this don't look like that Superman. I tell you, this looks just like him, folks. But yeah, you will be able to pose this guy in a variety of poses. Even though he's an older release, folks, he just looks so good. And the only thing about this Superman is if you pose him certain ways, there's this gap here that shows. But that's all right, man. But all in all, fantastic looking Superman. I love it, folks. He is, again, he's definitely my go-to Superman. And with that being said, let's put him on a flight stand. Because, McFarlane didn't give me a flight stand. So I gotta use my own. But it's all right. It's all right. But, yeah, this is it, folks. This is the one for me. This is Superman. And again, we've been given some really awesome looking Superman characters, or a lot of interesting Superman figures of late. I still have yet to review the Superman Hush, so stay tuned for that. But we've been given a lot of Superman figures over the last month, and still with that, man, this is still my flagship Superman. We will take a look at that Hush Superman. I don't know. We'll see, folks. We'll see where I want to go, how I want to rank these. But this guy's high on my list, folks. All right, up, and away. And here with our Man of Steel, I have some of his Justice League buddies, all from McFarlane Toys in their classic forms. Although I do want a classic looking Aquaman without the beard, and we're also missing that classic Wonder Woman, which is on the way, so stay tuned for that. But here with our Superman, we have the Target exclusive classic Kyle Rayner Green Lantern. And then up next, we have the Flash from the Flashpoint Cyborg Build-A-Figure wave. His review is coming up, folks, so stay tuned for that. And then we have my main man, the Batman, or the Nightfall Batman, that is. And then up next, we also have yet another favorite of mine, John Jones, the classic Martian Manhunter. And last but not least, we got the side-eye Endless Winter Aquaman. All right, folks, let's get on to the next. All right, up next, we have Atomic Skull, decked out in this translucent attire and lavender colors. And I got to tell you, folks, this is a welcome addition to my McFarlane Toys collection. Now, I will want to touch upon the entire body mold as a whole. We have seen this before, or I have seen this before, because this is based off another Superman villain, the green suited Lex Luthor figure. This is the power suit Lex Luthor, side-eye Lex Luthor here. I have reviewed this guy wow, man, maybe a year ago. This 2 years are going by so fast. It's still up on the channel, so definitely check it out. But this is basically still the same biting mode that was utilized with that Lex Luthor here. As you can see, everything all the way around. However, man, I don't mind you re-releasing, not re-releasing, but I don't mind you reusing things, because I feel like when it's all said and done, when you add different paint elements, you got a different head sculpt. Here you have the translucent hands with the effects and everything to it. You have a brand new figure. So I'm cool with that. I like that, man. It works and everything. So we have here Atomic Skull. Let's touch on his face sculpt here. You definitely have to knock that out of the park to really capture that Atomic Skull effect. I feel like I want to say Red Skull, and I might have had said Red Skull, but yeah, this looks fantastic, man. And folks, I mean, if you've been following this channel, I am a sucker for translucent accessories and effects and everything. So this is right up my alley. I love the metallic paint that's utilized for his costume. I mean, this definitely works here all the way through. Again, we've seen this figure before. I've seen it on the channel. So articulation is going to be the same. Definitely check out Lex Luthor's review if you want to check out the articulation and everything. But in terms of the design element, and here we have straight up Iron Man, man. This is Iron Man's arc reactor here that they have in his chest area. So this is pretty cool and everything. But yeah, the face sculpt looks fantastic, man. I love, man, the design, the detail looks horrific. Look like this guy head is really on fire, man. And it has that translucent effect here. I love it, man. They did an excellent job with that all the way through. You know, giving them that dead skull effect here. He has those deep black eyes here, the mouth here, everything. They captured that. It has that Skeletor look to him overall. So he gives me Skeletor vibes. So I like that. And the cheek areas here, the folds and everything to give him that skull effect. Yet at the same time, he's on fire with the flames and everything like that. So they did a good job of capturing this effect with the Atomic Skull character. And, you know, the icing on the cake, man, is these translucent, you know, hands that they have molded on to this figure here. I like that. I like the fact that you get one hand that has the energy just seething. I don't know if that is that a word, seething. Just energy is emanating from his one hand, so I like that effect. And then the other hand here seems like he's actually shooting the energy effects at you here. So I like that. I like the two different effects for each hand. You have the one hand emulating the one hand that he has as if he's shooting it at you. So he's coming right at you, y'all. So you better duck. You better duck and run for cover. But yeah, this guy looks awesome, folks. I love him all the way through. Again, he has the double jointed knees, elbows, waist area, nice articulation here. The head, even with the flame effects, go all the way around. So I mean, you won't have no problem articulating this guy all the way through, folks. So he is well articulated, and he's ready to take on Superman. So I like that, and I think this flame effect is a nice touch here for our Atomic Skull. So I'm gonna try to set him up on this thing. I think these things are best for just you place them around it. I don't know how practical it is to tab them to this thing here, but I just like to place the figures around it. I think that works better. If I can just get that, we can close out this thing. Maybe I can tab it. Let me try to tab. Let me find a tab. Okay, so this is one tab here. All right, so let's see if it will stay. All right, folks, as you can see here, I've placed our Atomic Skull with this translucent fiery effect here. Again, man, this looks awesome, and I like the fact that McFarlane is giving us these little small dioramas with our 2-packs, man. And again, I love translucent effects and accessories, so this is pretty cool. And I really like the lavender color that, you know, definitely pops. So we got Atomic Skull, folks, and he's getting ready to attempt to take down our Man of Steel. I don't know if he's going to do it, folks, but you can try. All right, so let's get Man of Steel on the table here. You can try, but I don't know if he will be able to do it or not, but we'll see. He's looking at us going, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, y'all. I don't know. But, folks, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. Definitely let me know in the comments, what do you think about this Atomic Skull versus Superman 2-pack? Are you all in? Are you on the fence? Do you have it already? You know, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you've been collecting. I mean, there's a lot out there right now. There's a lot coming out. So there's a lot of things to really be excited for, folks. So let me know in the comments what you're collecting, how you're feeling, what's going on with the collecting thing, and what you think about this right here, folks. Let me know in the comments. So yeah, let me know that. Also, ring that bell for all notifications so that you get each and every one of my content pieces as it drops. And also, don't forget to what? Yep. Like, share, and subscribe. If you did not already, I truly appreciate it. And also, folks, don't forget to check out my community tab. I'm always posting news and updates there, so be sure to check that out. I am on social media with Twitter and Instagram, so if you have those outlets, be sure to give me a follow. All right, folks, until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.